The April 23rd, 2012 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Esposito? Here. Mr. Holland? Here. Mr. Lightfoot? Here. Chairman Rocco?
Here.
Mr. Yolovich?
Here. Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Okay, can we have the approval of the minutes? The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. You have the February 27th, 2012 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 12-169.
Moved by Mr. Holland, second by Mr. Yolovich. Is there any discussion? Mr. Lightfoot?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. This grant that's going to talk about sustainability and improving our green space, green gas emissions, and quality of water, and this plan, this regional plan that we're going to do is great. And so, but my question is specifically, is this grant a competitive grant with others across the region, Mr. Chair, to some of the staff? I mean, are we the first? Are we the only one applying? I mean, are we first movers on this, or is this a competitive grant and someone else is out there?
From Planning and Development, through the chair. It's a program through NYSERDA. It's a state program. There are actually going to be two phases. There was about $100 million set aside for the program. About $10 million is earmarked to create regional sustainability plans, one for each region. They have indicated that there is up to $1 million available per region. And as long as you meet the eligibility requirements, I would say it's somewhat competitive in that you have to meet the criteria. However, this will be the only application going in from this region, so okay. It's very likely to be funded.
Okay, and so Mr. Chair, so everyone is in our region is like, wanting Monroe County to lead us, to champion us. Have we been talking, or are we in a silo, or are we just going to be the?
Through the chair, one of the requirements of the application is to put together a consortium. Okay. From the region. Yes. We've been able to do that, and the consortium will include all 9 counties within the region, as well as the city of Rochester, and we will be looking to the Genesee Transportation Council and Genesee Finger Lakes Regional Planning Council to work with us in the development of the plan.
Okay, yes, you wrote that in the legislation. Thank you. So, Mr. Chair, one last question. So, as we do this, and hopefully we will be rewarded, and us being the lead helps us steer, helps us take the lead. I'm very excited about it. But when these plans are put together, I don't think I read in here that it'll be a mechanism to approve the plans. I don't know if there's any body that is going to be making sure that the people who present the plans, the different counties in the region that present the plans, are actually viable plans. And I mean, I guess they would do that through their own legislative process. So I'm assuming, and you can answer that through the chair, but I guess are we going to be the ones doling out the money, for a lack of terminology, when the millions of dollars come through for these to help these, fund these plans, or so we can get like percentage of the cash or something?
Through the chair, this first phase is just for the development of the sustainability plan for the region. As part of that, I'm sure each of the consortium members will include projects that they believe will lead to implementation of the plan, and it's our intention to do that. And I think The fact that the program is being run through NYSERDA will help in that regard, because the focus, although it will be a generalized plan, the focus obviously will include energy-related projects.
Yep. Good answer. Thanks. Thank you.
Mr. Esposito?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the administration, does the county or even the region have any kind of sustainability plan they'll be basing this off of, or is this going to be a brand new exercise?
Through the chair, this will be a new exercise. Some of the counties have policies in place, as we do in Monroe County, but this will be really the first effort to have a regional sustainability plan. So it's really starting from scratch in that regard. However, each of the counties, obviously, some to more extent than others, at least have policies.
And through you, Mr. Chairman, is your expectation the goal of the plan will be to identify projects that sort of live up to the policies within the region that could ultimately be funded by NYSERDA? Is that really what we're talking about?
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you very much. I think this is great, and good luck.
Any further discussion? Mr. Lightfoot?
Just one more question. I like energy, okay? So will there be like, when this goes to NYSERDA or when these plans come in, I mean, are any of us, our legislators or so on, are we sitting on any of these committees along this way, wherever this plan goes up, to have input or to, what validates? I mean, I think NYSERDA is going to validate, give it the validity that it needs to make sure that it's reducing green gases and improving the quality of water. But how do we, as legislators, get to review or have some type of input?
Through the chair, one of the other requirements of the grant application is to conduct a pretty significant outreach program. Okay. And as part of that, there will be public meetings and work sessions and things like that. So there will be ample opportunity, not just by legislators, but also members of the public for input into the process.
So I guess I'll just be looking for the communication on that, Mr. Chair. I'm sure we will hear about it as a legislative body. Us being the lead team, you got to let the team know, right?
Through the chair, absolutely, and we would be more than happy and plan to distribute sections for review, and we would be happy to include the legislators when that time comes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item carries. Is there any unfinished business to come before this committee? Seeing there is no unfinished business, the April 23rd, 2012 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Planning, Economic and Development Committee is scheduled for May 21st, 2012.